So today we are making a video on Emmabuntüs Linux. So here is the options of the language. I'm going to choose the English, and here are other options in the boot menu. I'm going to choose the try Emmabuntüs without install or install it using Calamares. So there are also available options which is you can directly install from here. I'm going to first try and I'm going to use it the live boot, and I'm going to choose the installation process also. And I'm running it on a virtual machine which is a VMware with 60 GB of hard disk, and my CPU is i5 1240p, and also I'm using 8 GB of RAM. So the booting process will take 2 or 3 minutes, and we should be seeing our desktop layout. So let's wait and see. So here is our welcome screen. So we are getting a Emmabuntüs Debian edition 5, and if you want you can switch the desktop environment here. So before that, let me change the display settings. So I'm using a VMware, so it automatically changes the display. So I'm going to keep the welcome screen like that, and here is some numerous of accessibility functions and some information. It's from the previous version also. You should be seeing this pop up from all the versions. So if you want to switch to LXQt, you can switch it, setting up accessibility, and also continue under Xfce desktop environment. I'm going to continue under Xfce desktop environment, and here you should be seeing all the information which is on the wallpaper. So currently your keyboard map is United States. I'm going to keep it like that, and also the desktop configuration. Activate the taskbar, activate the workspace selector, activate Redshift, activate the clipboard manager, and if you want the dark theme you can keep it like that. Activate sound events. I'm going to keep it like this, and I'm going to just uncheck the dark theme and click on OK. You can do that. You can change these settings later on by going to application menu, setting, Emmabuntüs, and desktop. I'm going to click on OK, and let's see what are the changes we get here. So please select the dock version which best fits your needs. All for those wanting access to all applications, simple for newbies and my dear old aunt, and basic for children and very beginners. So I'm going to choose the all and click on OK. And here are some information. Here is our dock. And the username is Emmabuntüs, and the user and root passwords are both live. So here is the password. I'm going to close, and I'm going to open the task manager to see how much of a resource it's consuming. Let's go to systems, task manager, and it's taking 1.5 GB of RAM, and the CPU is around 30% right now. So these are all the process running right now. I didn't open any of the applications, so these are all the available process right now. So it's almost a 1.5 GB, and it's also Xfce desktop environment. So it's almost a 19-20%, and I'm going to keep the task manager in the right side corner so you can see all the changes throughout the video. So let me open the terminal and type in some commands. So there is no terminal here. Let's first check the about Xfce. So device Emmabuntüs, operating system Debian new Linux Bookworm base 12. So it's a Debian based, Xfce version 4.18, GTK version 3.24.38. and the kernel version you get is a 6.1.0. so the latest kernel version on the Linux is 6.10, but you get the 6.1 kernel. And here is my hardware specs or a CPU specs. I'm going to close it. Let me open the terminal, which is a terminal emulator. I'm going to make it bigger so you can see all the changes. Not this big, let me make like this so you can see all the changes in the task manager throughout the video. So the version you get is 1.0.4. Let me type in Inxi. So I hope you are seeing let me first change also the theme of the terminal. Let me change the color. Let's load a preset which is a black and white. So here is the Inxi kernel version, storage. Just pause the video and read everything. So uptime is almost 5 minutes. So it's almost 5 minutes running this Linux distro. Let me type in Inxi -b. Hit enter. So host, it says Emmabuntüs, kernel already mentioned, desktop environment. The version you get is a 4.18.1. Distro which is based on Debian new Linux 12 Bookworm. Here is my virtual machine information. Here is some CPU information. Here is the graphics. Here is the network information. The drives and other information is right in front of you. Let me type in Inxi -F. Hit enter. So you get a few other information again here, like audio and sensors, partitions and all the information. Let me type in another command, Inxi -G. We just wait few seconds and you should be getting some information. Let me type in cat // etc / issue. Hit enter. You get the Debian new Linux 12 Emmabuntüs Debian edition 5. So let me type in neofetch. Hit enter. So no such file or directory. So neofetch is not pre-installed. So let me type in Inxi -sv8. So by typing in this command, you should be getting all the distro information. So let me show you all those things. So you should be seeing the graphics, vulnerabilities, topology of a CPU, memory, machines, system, and all the information. Just pause the video and read everything right here. So these are all the changes in the latest ISO file. So the audio, network, Bluetooth is not found. So I'm not using a Bluetooth, so that's the reason. Repos, process, and other information right here. So let me type in Htop. Enter. So here is our Htop. Let me close it. Close the window. Let's open the Firefox web browser and let's go to the official website and get some information from the official website. So the Firefox browser is right here, as you can see. So usually it will take like 15 to 20 seconds, but it's pretty much fixed right now. Let me make it bigger so you can see all the changes in the task manager. Let's first check the version we get from the Emmabuntüs of a Firefox. So the version you get 115.13.0 ESR. So the latest version of a Firefox is 128.0.3. So they have added the search engine. I'm going to not use that. I'm going to open the official website. So before official website, going to the official website, let me type in about support and hit enter. Seeing some distro information and some browser information. Just pause the video and read everything, like her kernel version and operating system themes and all those things. Just scroll it like this and you should be seeing the RAM, disk space and all those things. I'm going to scroll it like this. Just pause the video and read everything. So the window protocol X11, desktop environment Xfce. Here is the monitor or the resolution and other information right here. So let's go to the official website right now. Let's close the browser. Let me type in emmabuntüs.org. So it will take directly to the official website. So they added the search engine here. You can change your search engine. So I'm going to choose the English language. So it automatically changed the English language, so we can read everything. So here is some of the information of the distribution. You can just go to the website, or you can just pause the video and read everything from here also. So it's clearly up to you. So you get the information from here. After reading all those things, you can go to the news, and also there are options available right here. So here is some of the information. On July 29, 2024, the visual impaired. I think it's about something. Let me open that and see. So here is some information of the latest version. So it's based on Debian 12.6 Bookworm, Xfce or LXQt desktop environment. So the new version. So here are some of the changes and some other things like a gnome calculator, tux typing, and other applications added. I'm going to show all those things. So here are all the changes if you want. Version Emmabuntüs DE5-1.02. So it's a Debian edition based on Debian. Group PC. So here are some information. Updates in the applications: Firefox, Thunderbird, Wapnator, YouTube, Ventoy, and other applications right here. You can directly download from here, or else you can just scroll it up and click on download. Here you can click on distribution, and there are downloads available right here. So it will change the language automatically. So here are the links for the download. You can download directly from the source code, which is red links, and torrent links from the green color. So you can download whatever you want here. So I'm going to choose the 64-bit, the SourceForge website, 3.9 GB direct, recommended version, and also the version 4 is also available. I'm going to choose this one, and it will direct us to the SourceForge website. Or else you can just go to the SourceForge website and search in Emmabuntüs in the search bar right here. Or else you can just remove this URL and click on enter. So the ISO file automatically downloading here. So I'm going to close it. So here are the files. So when you click on like this with the URL, so there will be files available. Or else you can just type in the Emmabuntüs in the search bar. So when you open the SourceForge, it will be like this. Just type in the Emmabuntüs, and you should be seeing the two names here. Choose, and here you can get some information of the Emmabuntüs, and also the files will be directly available here. If you want to go and download from the SourceForge, you can do that like this, or you can just go to the official website and download from there. It will directly direct us to the SourceForge again. So we got all the information from the browser. I'm going to close the browser. So what else we left is with the installation. Let me open the installation by clicking on execute. So you wish to install Emmabuntüs Debian Edition 5. Two installation modes are available. The classic mode for a personal install, for the OEM mode dedicated to the system's integrators. So I'm choosing the classic installation here. So CPU is not stable, and the memory is stable. So it's clearly up to you to whether to use it or not. I'm going to show all those things, and you decide whether to use it or not. So you get the welcome screen of a Calamares installer. So the version you get 3.2.61. So there is nothing mentioned about the Calamares installer. So choose your language. Again, if you don't know how to install the Linux distro on the hard disk, virtual disk, or a main PC or anything, so you need to watch tutorials on the YouTube, like a few minutes video, like a 2 or 3 minute short videos, and you should be good with the installation. So there is nothing complicated in the installation, and I don't want to install this Linux distro on my PC or a virtual disk because I need to make another video. So there are a lot of videos in the YouTube, and also I made a lot of videos in my channel also. I made like a 3000 videos of Linux distros. So it's pretty hard for me to point out in which Linux distro I installed on the virtual disk or a hard disk, because my videos will be almost like a 25-30 minutes lengthy, because I'll be covering everything, most of important things. So that's the reason my videos are lengthy. So that's the reason I'm recommending to watch some short videos in the YouTube channel. So you need to watch like a 3 or 4 videos and you should be good with the installation. You should be getting all the information. So choose your language, click on next, choose your location. Either you can choose the map or you can choose the drop down menu here. After choosing, the system language will be set to American English, United States. If you want to keep it like that, you can keep it, or else you can change according to your wish. The numbers and date locales will be set to American English, United States. You can change or you can keep it like that. Click on next. Here you need to choose your keyboard. I'm choosing the Dell, so it automatically chooses your keyboard. For some reason that it's showing some generic something like that. So I'm choosing, my keyboard is Dell, so I'm choosing the Dell. Choose your language here. If you choose the United States, you should be seeing other variants here. I'm choosing the default. If you want, you can type here to test your keyboard. You can do that. After choosing your keyboard, click on next. And in the partitions, you should be seeing your hard disk here or virtual disk, whatever you choose. The installation destination you should be seeing here. In my case, it's saying VMware because I'm using a VMware virtual disk. So it will be, if you have like a multiple hard disk, you need to choose the specific hard disk. Again, it's clearly up to you whether to install it on your main PC or a virtual disk. You need to get all the information from the website and decide whether to use it or not. Always try it in the live boot first. After satisfied, go with the installation. So the erase disk option is the option which will delete the current operating system or whatever the files available in the specific hard disk you choose. Hard disk, virtual disk, SD, SSD, whatever it is. So it's going to erase everything which is available in that specific drive, and it's going to install the Emmabuntüs Linux on that specific drive. So here are options, and the manual partitioning is the option. You need to create a partition before choosing this option in the hard disk or a virtual disk or a disk. So you need to create a partition, and you should be seeing that partition, and you need to install that Emmabuntüs Linux on that partition. And you should be seeing the 2 operating systems in the boot menu, which is a dual boot options, and you can choose the current operating system or else the Emmabuntüs Linux. So that's the reason I already mentioned you need to watch tutorials if you don't know what you're doing here. So when you choose the erase disk, you should be seeing encrypt system. So if you want to encrypt your system, you need to provide the password, which should be same in both the boxes. So if it's same, it will be a tick mark here. If it's not, it should be a symbol with something else. So I'm not choosing the encrypt system here. And when we go down here, you need to see a bootloader location. The default will be master boot record of a VMware or whatever the drive is, and the other one will be system partitions, and here is the do not install a bootloader. If you are already a Linux user, if you know how it's done in the installation, you need to do according to your wish. So if you are a new user, you need to watch a tutorial. If you are a pro user or already a Linux user, you already know all those things. I'm not going to waste time in here. Click on next. Here you need to create your user account, which will be same in every Linux distro or in every operating system. So for the sake of the video, I'm typing some random things like my channel 9to5 Linux. And what name do you want to use to log in? So you can't use the first numerical here. I'm going to show that. So when you type in some numbers, your username must start with the lowercase letter or an underscore. So you need to use alphabets. So what is the name of this computer? I'm choosing the 9to5 Linux. So if everything is good, you should be seeing a tick mark here, or else you should be seeing an error sign or a cross sign. So choose a password. I'm choosing 1 to 6 password. Same thing here. So it says everything is good. Log in automatically without asking for the password. Use the same password for the administrator account. If you want the same password, just check this button, or else you can choose some other password by typing the password there. Click on next. Here you should be seeing the summary of installation. Whatever you chose in the previous installation will be here. So if anything is wrong, just go back and fix those things, and if everything is good, click on install. The installation process will take like 20 to 25 minutes, depends on the ISO file and depends on the PC. So if you have the stable ISO file, which is the latest version, so you should be getting the installation very quick. If you downloaded the beta version or the development version, in this case there is no available version of a beta version, but if you downloaded the beta version or a development version, sometimes the installation may be failed, but in the stable most of the cases will be good, and even in the beta version most of the cases will be good, but sometimes there will be some installation failed in a rare cases. So also if you have a high-end PC, the installation will be very quick. If you have a low-end PC, there will be some bit more time there. So that was the installation process. I'm not going to install this because I need to make another video. So we covered most of the things. Let's check some desktop features. Same thing, which is a Xfce desktop environment. So you should be seeing all those things like an audio mixer, the connection, and also the power management. Here is the panel preference. Let me open the power management. So these are all the default things. I'm going to keep the default things. So here is the panel preference. Customize according to your wish. You can add the items if you want. So these are all the customization things. So I'm going to close it. So here is the volume control. You can control according to your wish here. I'm going to close it. So let's check some desktop wallpapers. So you should be seeing the same desktop wallpaper in almost older version also. So there are some wallpapers added right here. So most of them are the default wallpapers, but there are few wallpapers here which should be HD. So it's a HD wallpaper. So I'm going to choose this wallpaper. Here is the menu icons. So these are all the same things. So there is nothing changed here. So let's see what are the applications which comes pre-installed from the Emmabuntüs. So under the accessibility, you get all those things. Under the accessories, you get these applications. Carrier dock, development, education. Here are games, the graphics, internet, multimedia, no free software. Here are the office, science, system. So it's basically the educational Linux distro. So you should be getting a bunch of bloatware applications. You should be getting all the applications for content creation, education, office, and you should be getting all the applications. So it's filled with a lot of applications. So people who want a lot of applications pre-installed can go with the Emmabuntüs. But if you like the minimalist or now applications installed or no bloatwares, you can go with the other Linux distros. So it's clearly up to you whether to use this Linux distro or not. So I'm going to do a stress test by opening some applications which consumes a bit of resources. For example, like a Inkscape and GIMP and all those things. So these applications will consume a bit of resources. To see whether this Linux distro will handle that stress, or we should be getting some pop-ups like no responding or maybe some bugs, errors. So that's the reason I'm trying to open some applications to do a stress test. So let me open few applications which consumes resources. So in educations, there is nothing here. So we need to open like a resource consuming applications like a Thunderbird. Let me even open the Firefox web browser. You get a bunch of applications, so it's filled with a lot of applications. So CPU went 100%. It's pretty obvious because I'm opening all the applications at once, so that's the reason it's consuming that much of CPU. So I don't see any lag or any crashes or anything by opening these applications. So let's still open some applications. Under educations, there is nothing. Under games, we don't need any games here. So I think we are good, I guess. We already opened the Thunderbird. We also have the Steam, Pigeon, and Falcon browser. So you get a lot of applications here, so that's a good thing for people who love the most of the applications which comes pre-installed. So for education, for office, for entertainment, you can go with this Linux distro. But if you like the few applications, you can go with the lightweight Linux distros or other Linux distros. I already made 3000 videos. You can just watch any of one of the videos in my channel, or you can choose any Linux distros from other channels also. It's clearly up to you. So I'm going to stop the applications opening, and these are all the applications. Let me switch the applications. So as you can see, there is no lag or anything while switching the applications. And also you need to remember that I'm using a 8 GB of RAM, and I have the i5 1240p CPU. So I have a good specs here, so it's running pretty much smoothly without a lag or anything like that. But if you have like a 2 GB of RAM, I don't know how it performs. And also the Xfce desktop environment consumes a bit of less resources. So in this case, it's consuming it's a 2.6 GB because I opened 5 applications. So basically a normal user will be opening like these applications, like a 4 or 5 applications at once. You should be watching videos, and also you should be working with the emails and all those things. So if you open 5 applications, it should be consuming like a 2.6 GB. And also you need to remember that I'm running it on a RAM which is a live boot. So that's the reason it will be consuming a bit of RAM here. So when you install it on the bare metal, it should be a bit of less, like a 300-400 MB lesser. So that will be a ideal thing. So it will not consume less other than that. So it should be just a 300-400 MB difference. So you should not seeing like a 1 GB of difference. You should be just seeing a 300-400 MB difference. So my recommendation is you need to have like a 4 GB of RAM in 2024 to run almost every Linux distro without any lag or anything. Because the Linux Mint also has the system requirements of a 4 GB of RAM. So most of the best Linux distros, I'm not talking about the Linux Mint, I'm talking most of the Linux distros which are well known, will be asking for the system requirements like a 4 GB of RAM and a CPU of like a i3 with a 6th generation, 4th generation, will run almost every Linux distro. So it's better to get those type of hardware specs. And also about the monitor, you need to have like a 1366x768 or maybe the 1920x1080 to run almost every Linux distros visibly and with the specs. So you should be getting all those things to run almost 70 to 80% Linux distro, or else you can just go with the lightweight Linux distro. It's clearly up to you. So let's check the information of applications and end the video here. So about Thunderbird, so I'm going to give you some information in the description, so you don't need to see what are the changes in the Emmabuntüs. So I already showed everything in the official website. So they already mentioned in the browser in the official website that there are some changes in the applications version. So this Thunderbird, which is a Supernova, so they also mentioned that about the Thunderbird, Firefox web browser and some other things. So let me show you again. Let me open the browser. So the browser is already opened in the background, so let me go. Let's go to the history because we already saw all those things. Let me open the history. Here is the release notes of Emmabuntüs latest version. So here are some of the updates or the information of the updates. Let me scroll it down. So accessibility, here are some information. So I already showed all the applications which comes pre-installed. So here are the updates in the applications. So you get the Firefox 115 already shown, Thunderbird, Wapnator. You can just copy. Let me show you. Let me copy and search the application. Let me paste it here. So here it is. So the version you get 1.8.3 FreeTube. You can type in like a FreeTube. Let me show you the FreeTube. So here is the FreeTube. So Ventoy. So these are all the applications and these are all the changes in this Linux distro of this version. Emmabuntüs Debian edition 5.1.02. So these are all the changes. So I don't want to open all the applications and show every application, because you should be getting the same version in the Linux distro, so there will be no difference there. So these are all the changes in this Linux distro. So I think I'm going to end the video. So there is no major other than these things. So these are some few changes or few new updates from this Linux distro. So you can just read it from here, and you can go to the official website to get all the information. So I'm going to end the video because we almost showed the important things for the normal user. So I'm going to end the video here. Let me close the browsers. So these are all the resources. It consumed almost 2.6 GB. So it's clearly up to you to choose this Linux distro or not. I showed whether this Linux distro is stable or not. It was pretty much stable. I didn't face any issues. It was running smoothly without any issues or any lag or any not responding pop-ups or anything like that. So it was almost a positive opinion from me. So it's clearly up to you whether to use this Linux distro or not, or else you can, if you have like a low-end PC, it's better to go with the lightweight Linux distros. But if you have like a good RAM and CPU, you can choose or you can try this Linux distro. Always try it in the virtual box, virtual machines first, and or else you can choose the live boot also. And if you're satisfied, go with the installation. Always try it in the live boot. It's a good option. So I'm going to end the video because we pretty much showed most of the important things. And let's check the logout screen and end the video. Let's open the welcome screen. Here is our welcome screen. So you can change by going control panel here. You can customize according to your wish here. So this is the Xfce desktop environment, so it's clearly up to you and customize according to your wish. Panel here, you can change the dark theme. Emmabuntüs tool, which is a Ventoy, which I already mentioned. Here is our resolution changing. Here is our system information, which I already showed everything in the terminal. So you get all those things. I'm going to log out and end the video here. Let me check the logout screen. So I already posted another video in the channel, which is 2 videos will be posted daily in my channel. So if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. So here is our desktop session. Let me show you the LXQt desktop environment, and also and I'm going to end the video. The password is LIVE. For the live user, let me log in and show you the LXQt also, so I don't want to miss anything here. So you get the LXQt desktop environment like this. So you should be getting all those. Please select the screensaver of your choice. Here are some options. I'm going to keep the default. Please select the wallpapers of your choice. You can change according to your wish. I'm going to keep the classic one. Click on OK. Let's see what else pop-up we get here. So again, same thing. If you want to activate dark theme, you can do that. I'm going to keep the default. Click on OK. And again, the welcome screen. So you get the same applications, but you get the LXQt desktop environment. Let's check the version. So there was a bit of delay. So you get the version 1.2.0. So choose whatever desktop environment you want. So these are all the applications which comes default in both the desktop environment. Just pause the video and read everything, or you can see all the applications by pausing the video. So these are all the applications you get, and when choosing the LXQt or Xfce, it's clearly up to you. Always try both the desktop environment and choose whatever you want. And I'm going to shut down the video. So the path IVE. So thanks for watching. Peace out.